Hey, this is Brian again, and I'd like to ask you to do a favor. We can't do this work without people like you, so if you can, please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about Bring Back the Porch.
A lot of our guys don't know when they first get involved, and I was one of those that, you can do a lot of things like with nuclear power or breweries and dairies and a lot of the food processing and stuff, and power generation, pulp and paper. All those industries utilize steam as well. So,
This episode of Bring Back the Porch brought to you by Bernie Leahy, River Street Realty. Let's get you home. Well, for this episode of Bring Back the Porch, we are not on the porch. We are now in the plumbing lab at the Medicine Hat College in the trades wing, and I'm joined by the instructor in the Steamfitter and Pipefitter program, Chad Barron, and one of your students, Logan Demontney. Welcome.
thank you.
Now, how do we find ourselves here today? Well, that's because Logan is getting ready to take part in a pretty good competition, testing your skills as a first-year apprentice?
Third year.
Third year now, okay. First time you've competed, though.
Yes.
So this is all new to you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, how did you find yourself in this program? What was it about the program and the work that attracted you?
Well, just out of high school, I got a job at Reese Customs, and I don't know, I didn't really know what I was doing there. Like, I didn't know what pipefitting was, but I grew to like it and the guys that were working there, and I liked just the fact that I could build something with my hands and look at it. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Yeah. It was just a good job. And,
okay. Chad, maybe explain what the trade is all about.
Well, a lot of our students come from the oil field in this province, like then pipe fitters, they're doing a lot of that work. I myself came from the oil field as well, so a lot of the threaded pipe, working alongside with welders and things like that in the oil field. But with steam fitting, there's a lot of industries and processes that use steam, so a lot of our guys don't know when they first get involved, and I was one of those that you can do a lot of things like with nuclear power or breweries and dairies and a lot of the food processing and stuff, and power generation, pulp and paper. All those industries utilize steam as well. So wide variety of places they can get involved and stuff. Heating and stuff, like the carts that he's building here as well. So heat exchangers and all that kind of stuff. So it is a very vast and broad array of disciplines that they can get involved in there. But yeah, for the most part, is we see a lot here is going to be oil field.
How do you differentiate between that and plumbing?
Well, there's a lot of overlap between the two. So even for us in like the first year, they call it common pipe trades now. So a lot of the disciplines are the same with the threading and the mediums, so hot water heating and steam heating and things like that. So where it kind of separates is they branch off into like the residential more, and we're more in the industrial scale for the steam. So we deal with the high pressure steams and things like that, whereas plumbers, they're more on the low pressure side of things, and that's where the heating is involved. So power and pulp and paper and things where we get into that, above 15 PSI is considered high pressure. So that's where the steam fitter kind of takes over into that scope of work.
Did you consider being a plumber, or you were always attracted to being a steam fitter and a pipe fitter?
Not overly. I thought about it, but I don't know. I just like pipe fitting more, and the money there is a little bit better. So
okay, all right. And I guess it's a little cleaner work too. You don't have to work with a plugged toilet.
Yeah,
yeah, definitely. The potential is to work on sewage or something would be with plumbing, where we don't need to deal with that here, I guess. For sure.
What made you want to get into the skills competition?
Well, I heard about it from someone at the shop that I work with. He did it 2 years, and so it's kind of just motivated me to try it out and see how I liked it, and said you can learn a lot from it, and I have been, and yeah, I just kind of wanted to do it as a learning experience. And
so how do you prepare for it?
Just kind of by building the project and doing it over and over again, learning how to take measurements from different types of pipe.
And you have the benefit of Chad's experience, because he's
Yes.
been down this road as, I think, a judge and as a coach.
Yeah, I am on the provincial technical committee for the Steamfitter, so I go and I'm involved in the meetings and the planning and stuff like that. So this will be my 10th year going to skills. I've had competitors for, this will be my 7th time with taking a competitor there, right? So the guy he mentioned that he works with that got him involved he went the last 2 years and he ended up winning a gold medal at nationals. So I've been to the national level with, coaching as well. So he's a big help in motivating Logan they work together. He just, to see his success, I think, helps, other guys see that, they can achieve some of that there as well, right? So.
And you've coached hockey players, so is there correlation between coaching an individual in a skills competition?
Yeah, I think, a lot of it is similar to anytime you're coaching, you want to just motivate and that kind of thing. He's going to, build it and do his thing, and then any tips and tricks I can give him, there is some similarities to that, right, with the motivation. So I think anything in the apprenticeship, just like that as well, right? As a journeyman apprentice, it is, there's coaching involved there too, right? So it's just kind of a natural progression into doing this as well for that.
Do you remember the first thing you built?
First thing I built?
Yeah.
Probably like a drain line on one of the packages that we built.
Okay. And when you finished it, how did it feel?
It felt really good, yeah.
Yeah.
Building it on my own and getting help here and there from other people. But it felt really nice.
A feeling of accomplishment, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, when you're building with some of this stuff, it's under pressure, so you got to be careful. You have to make sure that what you do that doesn't blow up in your face, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to isolate whatever you're gonna repair or do.
Yeah. So safety is number one.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. What is the project you're going to be working on? I think we have a little bit of it behind us here. It looks like somebody's garage is missing their heater.
Yeah. That's pretty much what it is. It's a garage heater you'd use there, or a little skid for something you'd hook up oil field to heat the little skid. Yeah. But pretty much steam comes out of the little piece of pipe there and gets heated and then goes through there. Heats the unit and blows the hot air out, and then condensate returns back down.
So it's a closed system then.
Yeah, he's got a steam. One is a steam heater, and then the other one's hot water heating. So again, two different disciplines. He's got threaded pipe, different sizes of that. So he's got to change things with the tools and stuff that he's working with, and then also copper, which is pro press fittings. So that's another thing that is probably more in the residential side of things. So it is something that they don't naturally do at work, like the threading and stuff like that. Yes, absolutely. So he's putting in a lot of work here just to learn new skills on how to even measure that, and there is fitting allowances and stuff that he has to factor in. So a lot of different disciplines in one project. Even the bolt up is part of it, and so there's a lot of work to do. They got 12 hours, right? So they're on a tight timeline. So it's getting that experience here that he's maybe not getting at work, right? So he's put in a lot of time to perfect it. This will be the third time he's built it in the last couple of years.
I was just going to ask how many times have you put it together and taken it apart? Yeah. And every time it's worked, or there's been a few times
the first time there's been a couple things that were out of level and I tied it in, but it's been getting better each time, and I've been getting a little faster each time I go through.
Do they time you for this?
Yeah, you gotta so the first day you got 7 hours, and they're really diligent on keeping time there, making sure everyone's tools down at specific times and break times. They're not giving anybody any extra time for that, right? And then the next day they have to be done by 2 o'clock because it's got to be judged and measured, and then we also have to tear it down, and then they have closing ceremonies by 6 o'clock that night. They need results, right? So it's a quick turnaround for everyone involved, but it's a good project, showcases a lot of the different abilities that steam fitters and pipe fitters need to have. So, yeah, he's definitely putting a lot of effort in to get ready for it. To that.
Any nerves?
Yeah, definitely nervous, but practicing is helping with it. So
Yeah, I guess you have to learn how to tune out all the extraneous stuff and just focus on what's at hand.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time can be a little overwhelming for them, right? The first day they get in there, it is a massive complex, and there's over 40 different trades going on, and they bus in high school and junior high kids all day. So there's thousands of kids that are going through there and, you know, coming and watching you work and asking questions and stuff like that. So, yeah, definitely those are things you have to experience for yourself, right? You can't prepare for that. But, you know, again, the confidence the building here with, you know, repeatedly doing it and just knowing that this is what you're going to see and it's going to be something similar, that, right, it just helps for maybe being able to tune that out and focus on the work at hand.
Is the competition among people of your same level, like your skill
Yeah,
level?
it's,
You're not competing against a journeyman or something like that?
no, it's just apprentices. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
There is an age limit, like, so they have to be, we do not have a world competition for steam fitters, so they can be 25 and under. Any competition that has worlds, they're down to 21 is the maximum age they can have for that. So, yeah, no one can be a journeyman though, and they have to be under a specific age. So,
Yeah.
it is kind of levels the playing field.
You talk about threading pipe. Is that a skill you have to learn as part of this program?
Yes.
You don't just get the pipe handed to you with the right thread?
No, well, they have like nipples, but that's only up to like a certain length, and then anything you need, like anything longer than that, then you need to cut it and thread it.
So you have to know how long that thread has to be, what
Yeah, how
diameter
much
it
you
has.
turn in and-
Yeah, so
Yeah, a certain length of thread that they have, and then center to center. So their drawings that they're given, they have to hit center to center measurements on fittings and things like that. So that's up to them to, you know, determine and take those measurements. So a lot of the things that we do here is, right, when we rebuild it, it's like, you know, make note of that, and, you know, how far does it go into the fitting and that kind of thing. But yeah, it's stuff that you learn in first year as part of our program here. We, you know, all the pipe trades, we spend time in here, and we spend time in doing the welding over in the steam shop there as well. But yeah, it's up to them to read the prints, you know, take those measurements, hit their center to center. There's a certain amount of engagement they want to see. That's part of the judging as well. So it does take some fine tuning and some practice there for sure.
yeah. When you're doing this work, how do you tune out all the distractions? Like, when you simulate this, do you try to, you know, throw him off his game a little bit?
No, not really. I kind of leave them to it, right? Like we talk about, you know, how to measure and how I would do things, and, you know, the new stuff that he hasn't done at work. Just, you know, make sure you do this, and safety obviously is a very big thing there, so they're watching for that. So we just talk about those types of things, but yeah, let's turn the music on and away he goes, kind of thing. And yeah, I'll come over once in a while and say, hey, you should try this or fix that, or this is what I see here, and just kind of, you know, again, let him gain the experience from actually doing it is the most thing.
When we were in the welding lab yesterday, Zenon was saying that the competition almost simulates what you would see in, say, a plant. If a plant goes down, you got to come in and fix this thing, and it's like $1 million a day that's being lost, and they're all like looking at the clock and looking at you, and so you're under a pressure like that. Is something like that, something like this, sort of similar to what you'll see in the real world?
Yeah, there's like, if a valve does like shut down and needs to get replaced or something, and it will cost the company a lot of money per hour. Not typically at my job, because it'd be like build things like fresh and they're not in service. So
Okay.
but yeah, they definitely will be losing a lot of money if you know, be watching the time on it.
Yeah. Now you've been doing this for how long now?
almost 4 years now.
And in that time, how would you rate your skill? Has it gone up, like shot off the top of the chart?
Yeah, it definitely has gotten like way better. Like when I was 18 and fresh out of high school, I didn't really like do anything with tools, and I didn't know anything at all, pretty much. But yeah, it's definitely grown a bunch since.
Your confidence then, like you're. Yeah. When you look back, you think, wow, I've come a long way here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's things I would look back on and be like, oh, that was a mistake.
Yeah, you can remember, oh, I thought this was so hard, and now I look back, oh, what was the problem? Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So as you go down the road, you get to more proficient and more confident. And can you describe what a day at work is like at Reese?
Yeah, usually we get in there and we'll talk about the job, go over like safety, and we'll start working. Depends where we are where we left off, but we throw spools in and just a piece of pipe with 2 flanges, and we'll throw that in and then level it out, make sure it's square on the skid, and we'll tie it into other parts of the vessel and wherever it's going. And then we'll usually start like threaded after that.
Okay. And Reese has been very supportive of your apprenticeship program and training?
Yes, they have. Very supportive.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a huge supporter of skills, honestly, like with Ewan and getting time off, and just when he was successful, right, they were really, really behind him as they, pushed him to go and stuff like that too. So yeah, they've been huge supporters of us, which it's tough. Not every employer's like that. They don't recognize the value of having employees that are, proud of the work they do and that are very particular about things. So I can't say enough about their support.
Well, the world needs more tradespeople. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, and to have skilled, to be taking the pride in their work and stuff. There's a lot to be said about putting in that quality that maybe isn't always represented in the stuff that we do. So
yeah. Well, we wish you good luck when you're up in Edmonton, and thank you for the information.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, this is Brian again, and I'd like to ask you to do a favor. We can't do this work without people like you, so if you can, please like, share, subscribe, and tell your friends about Bring Back the Porch.